Okay. There we go. There we go. It's just going in circles. I'm afraid to do anything. Just trying to get some shots of it. Okay. So, yeah. Oh yeah, it needs like a tiny little twitch of a control to get it to go the other way. I'm not sure why I couldn't make up my mind whether I wanted to avoid the tree. Okay, so a tiny little twitch to go the other way, but it goes down like a lot. Yeah, okay. Okay. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. So, all right. That's pretty cool. But I feel like my skills are incredibly low.
Hey everybody, welcome back to RC with Adam. My name is Adam, and today I want to show you the MinimumRC Butterfly V1. MinimumRC sent this to me to try out and show you guys, and thank you to them for that. You know I don't like wasting your time, so let me just give you the bottom line up front right here. This is a pretty cool kit. I don't think it's for beginners. It's kind of difficult to put together. You gotta have an eye for detail and very gentle hands. And I'm not very good at building ultralight micro airplanes like this one, so that is why this one didn't work out very well. Yeah. And if you are interested in this plane, I will have a link to MinimumRC's website in the description for you to check out. Yes, this is embarrassingly poorly constructed, even by my standards. The reason why this kit didn't actually turn out well is because of my fault. So that's just me in how I build things, and I am apparently not very good at building micro ultralight airplanes, and to be honest, I don't really enjoy it very much. So I don't want that to reflect on the actual kit itself, okay? So the reason why this was basically a failure is because of me, not because of the kit. So let's begin at the beginning. Let's talk about the build process. So this just comes in a box, all the little parts and pieces, and the box is mostly air because this thing is mostly air. So it might seem like there are not enough pieces to make an airplane in the box, but there are. It's just a very, very minuscule airplane. The build process was okay. The instructions are decent, but not that great. I felt like a lot of the stuff was kind of unclear or just not covered entirely. The build process is also very gluey and sticky, and if you're not careful, you will get your fingers glued to the frame or the carbon fiber rods. So I found that to be rather difficult. As far as the actual design of like the frame and stuff, it's okay. I can't really speak too much because I haven't tried to design an ultralight airplane, an ultralight micro airplane. But I will say, like, certain things I really didn't like how there's this one sort of main vertical strut, like wing support towards the front and the back. I would really have liked it better, I think, if it was more, well, one, if there wasn't carbon fiber rods that you had to glue in place, and then if the front and back supports for the wings were actually like a V-shaped, kind of like I have here with this tape, which we'll talk about in a second. I feel like this plastic is very brittle and very, really not that strong, hence the carbon fiber rods that have to go on there. So I feel like for a tiny bit more weight, I'm guessing we could have had a little bit of a different structure. The other thing that was most difficult for me about the whole assembly is just working with these tiny little screws, trying to get the wing support plates screwed in there was very, well, it was so difficult that I ended up not being able to do it, partially because of how I made the wing. And then in the back where the tail sections connect, you have to kind of put these on both at the same time, and it can be very difficult. It was very difficult for me to do that. So definitely working with these little tiny screws, and everything is just so flimsy, it makes me nervous, and I don't really enjoy the experience. You might love that sort of thing, in which case that's great. Definitely the hardest part of the construction for me was attaching the wing film covering to the wing assembly to the wing frame, as well as the tail surfaces. This was actually the first time for me working with this type of setup where you have like your wire, or not wire, but you have your carbon fiber frame, and then you have your film covering, and you glue that in place. Now the instructions did show a little bit about laying out the film on a table, and then gluing, and then like coating the frame with glue, and then laying the frame down on the Mylar, but that was basically it. And so I understood that concept as far as that goes, but the thing is that like there are certain parts where the film will want to rise up and not contact the frame, like where these plastic supports meet the carbon fiber. And then the other thing that was very confusing in the instructions was that it kept showing attaching the wing, but without the film covering on there, but then it showed covering the wing with the film covering, you know, when it was not attached to the rest of the airplane. So, little confusion there. As far as trying to attach it to the rest of the airplane structure, you're supposed to use these little plates that sort of like lock in the tiny carbon fiber rods, and it screws in place. Well, I was having a heck of a time trying to get the screws to line up and then trying to have it go over the carbon fiber. And the ironic thing is that these little plastic pieces are clear, so you get that really neat translucent look about the airplane, but it's actually very hard to see the detail in the little plastic parts to figure out where they need to go exactly. So like where there are little ridges or where the carbon fiber rods are supposed to go in. The biggest mistake that I made was when the film was glued onto the wing, I thought, well, you know, usually like with this film type of material, you want to heat it up to sort of like stretch it out. So I said, okay.
Probably don't try this at home.
So I took a lighter, and I'm sure a lot of people are shaking their heads right now, but I took a lighter and I thought, well, this should work fine. So I, kind of heated it up underneath. Well, in some spots it did get too hot, so the whole frame got kind of bent out of shape. And it was just kind of a mess from there. I think the other thing is the heat shrink tubing that I used to attach the two halves of the wing frame. I think that I should have used a smaller piece so that it would fit in the actual little plastic attachment piece better. But I didn't know that, and they didn't say anything about that in the instructions. Eventually I got so frustrated with trying to attach the wing with the plastic pieces like you're supposed to, that I did as I do, and I went rogue, and I ended up just attaching it with tape. Good old packing tape. But then it occurred to me that if I attach it just with tape right here, it doesn't actually support the carbon fiber rods, and so the wing will just wobble back and forth. So I said, ooh, I know what to do. I'll use more tape. And then I took little tiny strips of packing tape, and I basically used them as wing struts, like a traditional wing strut. And that actually works pretty well because it kind of keeps the wing mostly from wobbling. But one thing I realized is that actually when you go out and fly it, and then if you crash it, the tape will sort of end up sticking to more and more of the wing, and so it just ends up sticking to more and more of the wing, which basically brings down the dihedral of the wing more and more, making it more and more flat. And I've said more and more quite a lot, and I will say it more and more.
Nope. No, that's not happening. It has a pretty good amount of power, but it's just not working so great. The tape is actually working pretty well in terms of like keeping the wing nice and taut, but the wing is all warped now actually. That's actually bad, unless we tape it down like that. Oh, but now the back part is, oh my gosh, okay. Oh boy, oh that came loose, oh my. Oh, the motor's crooked. Oh, the motor's loose. Oh, okay.
So then the wing ends up kind of changing shape and stuff. The whole thing with these struts is that we're using tensile strength instead of compressive strength, sort of, to keep it from moving around. So when we tip it this way, it will pull these ones tight. I did at least get it to fly for a little while, so it will fly, even in spite of my poor construction of this airplane. So that is pretty cool. I think that if you were better at constructing this thing than I was, then you would actually have a good time with this, and it could certainly fly around and be a very fun, I would say, indoor flyer, like in a gymnasium or something like that, or in the, you know, late afternoon or early morning when the winds are very calm or you have no wind. Basically, this is a zero wind flying airplane.
All right, let's see what happens. This could be horrible, but oh, whoa. Whoa. Oh my gosh, I was really freaked out there for a second. Oh my goodness. Be free. Oh, it's going. It's actually, wow. Whoa. It's way too windy. This really needs to be like indoors or 0, 0, 0, 0 wind. There's some more power there. Got a, oh, there we go. Oh, okay. I think the controls are too touchy right now. Oh, there we go. Oh, wow. Oh, okay. Oh yeah, I think the controls are maybe backwards. Oh, wow, that was close. Nah, it just wants to go into like a little spiral. But that was actually the best flight we've had so far. Okay, so I realize now that it really likes to fly with like a really nose-high attitude. Or I should say, that's how I'm getting it to fly, with a very nose-high attitude, so that's good. Yay! Oh, okay. Flip it over, put it under, make it underslung. Boom, just like that. Oh. Oh. Look at it go. Oh, wow. Yeah. Probably the last flight. Okay. Well, let's try this then. Let's try putting this. Let's just, oh my. Oh, that looks very sad right there. That sounds awful. Oh, the motor was too far. Oh, the motor mount is being broken as well. Oh, so sad. So sad. Well, they did give me a spare. Oh.
So I think that's going to be the end of this airplane for now, probably forever, because I've got a whole bunch more projects that I want to bring to you guys. But thanks for joining me. I appreciate you guys. If you are interested in this plane, I'll have links in the description down there. And leave me a comment if you have this plane or something like it, like an Ultralight Micro, and what your thoughts are on those types of planes. Thanks for watching, everybody. I appreciate you. I appreciate your time. And I will see you again very soon.